Good morning, dear students. You know that this is your class 5th EVS book. We are reading the chapter number 12, What If It Finishes? This is the explanation of part 2. In the first part of the chapter, we read that some children are going on a school trip. They are going to Adalaj Temple, that is about 18 kilometers away from Ahmedabad, and during their way they are enjoying their trip. They are counting the vehicles on the road, and on a bus stop, on a crossing, their bus stops, and there were too many vehicles on the road. That is why there were too much smoke and noise on the crossing. There was a little boy who was coughing so much because of smoke. So that was the first part. Now we are going to start the second part of the chapter on the petrol pump. After some times our bus stopped at a petrol pump. They are telling that after some time their bus stopped at a petrol pump. There was a long queue. On the petrol pump there was a long queue. It seemed as if we would have a long wait. We all got down from the bus and started looking around the petrol pump. We saw many large boards and posters. The children are telling that on the petrol pump, when their bus was stopped for filling the fuel, then the students uh, uh, come down from the buses, and they saw many boards and posters there. There was a poster here. Something was written: Petrol and diesel will not last forever. Save it for your children. So there was something written. The petrol and diesel will not last forever. It means that diesel and petrol will not be with us for long, because the people are using with diesel and petrol very fastly. The second is make every drop go a long way. It means that conserving even a little drop, that will conserving it means that conserving even a little drop will add up a big saving. Number 3, switch off the engine when you stop the car. It means when you stop the car on a railway crossing or on a petrol pump, then you should also switch off the engine too. Date 13/7/2017. The rate of the petrol and diesel are the rate of the petrol is 64.91 per liter, and the diesel is 54.70 liter per liter. We could not understand why it was written that petrol and diesel will not last forever. We thought of asking an uncle who worked at a petrol pump. Abraham asked. So Abraham asked to a person, Uncle, from where do we get petrol and diesel? Abraham is asking. I am reading here. Uncle, from where do we get petrol and diesel? So uncle replied, who works at the petrol pump, replied, from deep down under the ground. So Manju asked, but how does it get made there? Uncle replied, it is formed naturally, but very slowly. It is not made by a human being or a machine. So Abraham asked, then we don't need to buy it. We can make it out ourselves using a borewell like we pump our water. So uncle replied, it is not found everywhere, but only at a few places in our country. We need big machines to pump it out and clean it. So here some questions are there. Find out and discuss. Which state of India have oil fields? So you can answer Assam, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Ahmedabad are some places that have oil fields. Question number 2. Besides oil, what else is found deep inside the earth? So coal, iron, copper, gold, etc. we can find from inside the earth. Number 3, find out the traffic rules and discuss them in the class. So you know the traffic rules. We are to follow some rules such as we are always walk on the left side of the road, always put the helmet, don't drive fast, always follow the traffic rules, etc. Question number 4. Why should use petrol and diesel judicially? Think why? Because it take millions of years. Means you are to ask why we should use it judicially, means carefully, because the answer is because it takes millions of years to form. Petrol and diesel, the speed with which we are using petrol and diesel is more the speed of its formation. It is lakhs of years for it to be formed under the earth. They discuss further. Again, Divya asked, is petrol going to finish? The poster said that petrol is not going to last forever. Uncle replied, it does not get made as fast as we take it out. It takes lakhs of years for it to be formed under the earth. Abraham asked, how will vehicles run if the oil finishes? Manju, on CNG, I had seen on TV that vehicles which run on CNG give less smoke. Uncle laughing. That too comes from below the earth. It is also limited. Divya, electricity can be used to run vehicles. I have seen an electric bicycle. Abraham, we will have to do something or else have how will we travel when we grow up? Divya, my dadi, means my grandmother, would be happy if fewer vehicles run on the road. She says, look, vehicles line up like ants. What will you do when you grow up? Because her dadi said, her dadi just make a joke because there is too much vehicles on the road. That is why she says that the vehicles line up like ants. Then Manju said, see, only one or two people are sitting in these cars. Why doesn't everyone use a bus? Abraham, that will save petrol. One bus can carry many people. Manju, when I grow up, I will invent a car that runs on sunlight. Then we won't have to worry about it getting finished. We can use it as much as we want.